Odysseus has found his new home.
This morning, history on the moon.
We are transmitting, and welcome to the moon.
After a week-long flight totaling more than 620,000 miles, a 14-foot-tall lunar lander named Odysseus successfully landing on the lunar surface just after 6 p.m. Thursday. Mission Control reporting that the craft is upright and transmitting data.
Today, for the first time in more than a half-century, the U.S. has returned to the moon.
Odysseus, or Odie, is the first U.S.-built spacecraft to land on the moon since 1972.
All right, hope everyone's doing good. Yes, Odie does a moon landing. Oh, there's more I'm going to be covering on top of that. So let's get first into other stories that I've posted and pictures that I've put in the community page. You know, even my last video, the FFF, they love their numbers, right? The 13, how much they love those numbers and how much they throw them just in sight. And sometimes you see them, and other times they're clear as day, right? Even Taylor Swift, I'm not going to go into the Super Bowl and all the things. It bothered me seeing a pastor having a football player who's also on ESPN in the church talking about, you know, it's mind-blowing whether he was there to talk about God or whatever, but he's a sports Hall of Famer. He's on ESPN, but we understand who Levi Lusko is. I've done a video on him before. Look, I don't trust the man. And I wouldn't go to watch this football game. Look, I love sports. I even watched the Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong. But we all know it's planned, right? All Giants. Look at the address too, 3333 Al Davis Way. Unbelievable. And next to Mandalay, look, they had the ritual there, right? And then you see the sun over the eye because they think they're the I am. There is only one great I am, and that's God. But also that it looks just like the pyramid with the sun behind it that they love using. But just talking about the stadium itself, it reminded me of the Vatican and the snake, right? Also looks like VR glasses, many other things. But the halftime show was boring. Yes, we know it was a ritual. Everything they did in that, you can see the blood and even looks like a keyhole, you know, where she's playing the piano there in the circle. And, you know, the phoenix coming out of the ashes, you know, because he has the little brooch on of the phoenix. The clock, you know, starting at a certain time and ending at a certain time. I think it started at 11:05. I'm sure there's more things to understand about this. Oh, that's your 111, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But there's so much. But yeah, it was really quite boring. But hey, I don't know a lot of his music, so go figure. But we had the Super Bowl. We had this music event. We had even our president, you know, campaign going on. We had so many things here in Finland. And who is making it to Eurovision? It's this group here, Windows 95. Well, he's going to have to change his name apparently. But yeah, he came out of an egg, just like, you know, Lady Gaga. Can't call her lady anymore, right? Oh, what can we call her? Just Gag. But anyway, No Rules was their song title. So we know, of course, they wanted that in there. So what else has happened? Well, Greece also becomes first Orthodox country to legalize same-sex marriage and adoption, both at the same time. And I just wonder, as you guys do too, how long will God allow all this to go on? All the deception that we see, even just like at Lakewood Church. Yeah, I don't believe it was an actual event. You see the 9/11 there, you know, and they claimed there was 3 shots 6 miles from downtown. They have to point many things out, but they could have said 5 point whatever miles, but no, they round up, round down to equal always their favorite numbers. And of course, the ladies showing the OK sign there at the same time. Look, you can even watch Miss Massleth and many others I'll just mention, because I always, if I see something somewhere else, I'm going to mention it. But yeah, here, Stub, this guy named Stub, he's a stubby, all right, won to be our next president. Oh, he becomes the 13th president. Oh, and of course, he's going to take the reins on the 1st of March. There's your other 13. They love their numbers. I'm going to just mention this really quickly. Alexei Navalny, you know, how he's in the news constantly. But you saw my picture. You see the one-eye symbolism. You see his hand sign clearly. We know he's in the club. They wouldn't be mentioning him if he wasn't a part of the theater show, right? I mean, when I see von der Leyen and all these others talking about him, you got to wonder, right. Even Dr. Savage showing all the Freemason hand signs. And just like Tori Kelly has her shirt. Look at that. It's a Freemason hand sign. Oh, is she a Christian? Either a very naive one who doesn't understand, but we understand. Because the ones in control are definitely running the show. You know, how everybody else kisses the Pope's hand, but the Pope kisses the Rothschild's hands. You can find that on All Be Back channel. I'll share the links below. But yeah, please follow other people. Comment under their Instagram sites in a nice way or in a very blunt way to make people think. Because Alex Soros was very much talking about Navalny. And look at all the people that are taking pictures with him. Yes, mayors of America, New York, and so many people you'll recognize. Maybe even this guy are now soon to be President Stubb, standing there with Soros. Yeah, but we knew he was in the club anyway. It's all theater show, just like this right here with the shoes. Seriously, I almost wanted to just laugh. And that's why I didn't want to do a video about it, because he's got his shoes on the black cube. It's in Philadelphia 101. I mean, get Trump sneakers, get is 13. I mean, all of it is just a show, a big old show. And we know they've already chosen whoever's going to be taking over. And as I showed you the clip in the beginning, look, it says animation. It's an animation. They're really good at this now, right? I mean, they fooled everyone in the 60s. Of course, they're going to be able to fool everyone now, but not those who are looking deeper. Because who was videotaping the moon landing? Oh, I wonder. And it's supposedly on the dark side of the moon. I'll give them a dark side, all right? So Odie equals 33. Thank you for sharing that with me, because I was misspelling Odie. I was going to spell it O-D-Y, not O-D-I-E. You see the black cube there in the middle of the screen. You see all the things that they're, pointing. I just have to point them out. There's so much more. Please add your thoughts and everything else, because I remember Don Petit saying we lost the technology to go to the moon. Oh, that's why they didn't go back. And look at right there as he's talking, you can actually see the mindfulness there on the left. But he was an Eagle Scout. That's where he started off. That's all I could find on him. Not a whole lot. But Bill Nelson, yes. Key Club president, and also a Blue Key Honor Society member in Florida. So we know, yeah, all liars, every single one of them. But we know also that they love being around their friends and their partners, just like Zelensky. Isn't that right? They're partners, Rotary partners, club members. They might have different names, Lions, Rotary, Elks, but they're all in the same club. We understand that here on this channel, but I just have to point it out for anyone who hasn't seen some of these pictures. There's a minimum, smallest pictures I can find with all of these club members and their honors and their awards, because that's what they love getting the most, is getting honor and awards. And of course, money. I mean, he's going around the entire world trying to get everyone to give him money. But we understand here, this is all a theater show, and you have to be in the club in order to be on TV, to be as a president, to be anybody anymore. So always test everything. Don't trust anybody. No pastor, no leader. Always test. And you can find most of the information out if you just look. Look in their Instagram pictures. Look at the information you can find even in Wikipedia. But always double check when you're looking for things in Wikipedia. Absolutely. Look, I post my pictures in the community page. You can look there. That's where I'm going to be posting them throughout the week. But we all understand we're fighting against principalities of this world, right? I love the Geneva version of this. Look at this. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. That's who we're fighting against spiritual wickedness in high places. And of this world, that's what most translations miss right there. But anyway, we understand and we're keeping our eyes open. But remember, do not allow fear to enter your heart. Just keep trusting in God and keep reading his word, especially when you have doubts or anything else. We need that strength. That's where we find our strength. All right, God bless you guys. Take care. Let's have a great week. And I'll be back as soon as